Oh yeah, definitely a little bit faster. And get through the root of it.
It looks awesome.
So yeah, so we're gonna be taking off the dreads today. We're gonna be cleaning it up from what you told me. You don't know how short you want to go at the moment or anything like that, but like I said, my main thing would just be kind of like getting them off at first, not all the way, and then kind of seeing from there. But you know, some of them are pretty close to the scalp of the head. So like I said, it's an estimate right now, but I'll probably say we'll definitely be putting a guard on top, and you know, making it nice and smooth and clean, and like, you know, we can still do like a nice fade and clean up around the ear line and the back of the neckline and everything like that. As far as the beard, what are you thinking today? What would you like to do with that?
You know, just I like the longer mustache.
Okay.
I typically kind of go longer in the front and kind of, you know, go for more of a V shape.
Okay, so you like it a little bit more full in the jaw?
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, in the chin area?
Yeah.
All right, and then you want this kind of more leaned out right here?
Yeah, I don't want like a goatee, but I typically try to fade it into the beard as much as I can.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, depending on how short we go on the sides, we'll definitely still, like I said, it's more of an estimate as far as like how short we're going to be blending, but we'll make it like a nice lean transition where, you know, it'll blend to the bottom of the ear pretty much, and then kind of accentuate the front of the jaw and everything. And we'll, if anything on the mustache, I'll probably just kind of clean some flyaways that you have up there and shape it a little bit, but we'll still keep all that length where you can like flare it out.
Sounds good.
And then we'll do underneath the neckline as well. I'll make it pretty clean for you there. I'm not going to raise it too high or anything. I like to do everything pretty natural.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we'll get started and let's start chopping away at these.
Yeah, you want me to take them down?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 years, huh?
Yeah, 20 years.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's super long. All right, well, like I said, I'm just gonna start kind of whacking away at them. I guess my next question, do they have any sentimental value to you?
They
Would you
do.
like me to get rid of them, or do you want me to kind of put them aside and you can like hold on to them afterwards?
Yeah, I would like to hold on to them.
All right.
Yeah, we have a farm, so I was
Okay,
gonna
cool. I mean, I get it.
Throw them in the ground or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm just gonna take my clipper, and like I said, a lot of his dreads are pretty close to the scalp, but I'm still gonna be modest with it and cut it maybe a little bit right there, and then it'll kind of give us just a sense of how short we're gonna have to go all the way around on them.
All right.
But I'm just gonna, they're gonna be a little tough. I might have to use my, no, we got it, yep. And I'm gonna drop these, but I'm not gonna like let them get swept up or anything like that. So why the big change? Why did you want to cut these all of a sudden?
You know, losing the hair and just been so long, I'm just ready for a change.
I hear you, I hear you. Well, that's always, it can be you know, something that can give you anxiety and make you nervous for sure, but you know, I think it's one of those, once you go through with it, I think you'll be very happy of the weight that's kind of taken off your shoulders a little
literally,
bit.
yeah. Figuratively and literally, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a big one right here. I guess my next question would be, what made you start growing these in the first place?
I don't know. It's just, you know, college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like just, I don't know, it was a thing to do. Yeah, my girlfriend, now my wife.
Okay.
Kind of a hippie chick, so.
She liked them,
Trying to impress her.
Yeah, that's typically a lot of the hairstyles that I give a lot of my clients and men these days are from their girlfriend's suggestions or something that they like, so I totally get it. 20 years.
Yeah, last time I had a haircut was in 1999.
All right, so that'll be just taking off you know, a lot of it, but still seeing, you know, there's still a lot of lock in there. So like, especially this back one in here, we're definitely gonna have to go pretty short on his hair. So I'm gonna actually start kind of whacking away at that, but I'm gonna go in there with my shears and kind of just start cutting them off a little bit. I feel like it might be a little bit more efficient. Oh yeah, definitely a little bit faster. And get through the root of it. All right, we got all of the lock going. You want to feel that back there? Just see what that feels like? Yeah, so.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can kind of run your fingers through it a little bit.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
But I'll let you kind of just look at yourself as well.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? And kind of see what we could possibly do with your hair if you like it the way. Obviously, I had to go pretty short just in this back area because this one thicker lock back here was pretty close to the scalp. So, you know, it's not that you can't have a hairstyle on top, but it's all preference at the end of the day as well. You know, there's some, you know, guys that are okay with having something to style up top with it still being a little bit lighter and, you know, showing the scalp a little bit. But, you know, it's all up to you at the end of the day.
I think I don't want to go too extreme today, but I'm guessing I'm gonna eventually, you know, get rid of pretty much everything. I mean, I don't mind going like pretty short, but
sweet.
You know, there's at least something up here to work with a little bit, you know.
Is there a certain side you would like to push it to? It looks like you want to go left a little bit.
Yeah, a part on the right side.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of wet it up real quick and kind of see like what it wants to do when I lay it down. Honestly, probably gonna put a hot towel and some tonic on it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna help untangle everything. Just since, you know, those locks have been there for so long.
For sure.
These hairs need to kind of just lay down a little bit and have something to kind of loosen them up.
Feels good. Yeah.
And then so I'm just gonna lay a hot towel on his head, just gonna kind of loosen things up. Get a lot of those hairs, kind of like, I guess, washing his hair a little bit. All right, so it definitely let his hair kind of settle a bit. As you can kind of tell, everything's laying down a little bit better. We still got a couple knots at the end right here that I'm gonna get out beforehand. But since his hair is so fine on the side from you know, having so much pulling on it throughout these years, I'm gonna probably go in with, I'm gonna start with about a 5 on the side. Since he doesn't want to do anything too drastic, it'll at least leave his hair long enough where he can kind of style this back. Kind of have a nice little, you know, comb over and kind of comb everything back here until he decides, you know, to fully get everything off. But, you know, it'll be a nice transition. As you can tell, all this will be styled back and be cleaned up around the ears, and then it'll still leave like a nice profile. And then we can take a lot of that length off right there and get it to lay nice for him. So, yeah, we don't have to take it all off today. But let me get rid of this last knot real quick, and then we'll actually start the haircut. And so, like I said, it's just at the end of it right there. It's just whatever's catching my comb is what I'm gonna try and just take off. I'm just gonna like redefine his part right here real quick. I just wanna make sure it's gonna lay correctly. I'm not going too low or too high on the head. I typically like to start it right where the edge up in the corner would begin. And that kind of gives me my initial guideline just on his hair. All right. 5. So you said you're going to your Father's Day or your father-in-law's birthday party?
Yeah.
How old is he turning?
He's turning 80.
80? Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good age.
It's gonna be a big to-do.
Yeah.
Back in East Texas?
In Houston. Yeah.
I'm kind of just like pulling out right here as I get to the round of his head, just to not go too far up there, so I can have like some of this hair to like blend in a little bit and comb back, just so he has some style on his head. But you know, we'll still see a nice edge up and line around his ear, make it look sharp and clean, which I think is going to look great with the beard he has going on. What part of Texas are you from?
I grew up in northeast Texas.
Okay.
Tiny little town called Mount Vernon.
And do you still reside out there till this day?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I really haven't been back since I was a kid, since I graduated. I've been in Austin for about 20 years.
About
20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm born and raised here, so
Nice.
it's a cool city to live in.
Did you live near this area?
I actually grew up right over the highway right here on Cameron Road.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of my chefs grew up near there.
And you say you were a chef yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Is this still something you do?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you work at here?
I have a catering company.
Okay.
What's that? We do have a farm, yeah. No, we started out providing free-range chicken and eggs and ducks and things like that, and that's how I got in with the restaurants and started kind of working with a couple of chefs in the restaurants, and realized I liked that a lot more than farming, so kind of just switched it up. But we still own the land that our farm was on.
And then we're just doing like a soft outline around the neck. I just like to, it's like my foundation for the home, I guess you could say. It's like the structure. And then I can see what I'd like to taper it down to, you know, once I kind of finish the blend all the way through. But it's coming out good. I think, you know, it's still, you know, a good change, and, you know, everybody's going to be like, wow, you got a haircut, like you cut your dreads off, but still leaving him, you know, with something without it being so drastic and not having to have any hair or anything like that. Like, it kind of worked out perfect. I actually thought we were going to have to go a lot shorter on the hair. Right, so for this next, what we're gonna do is I think I'm gonna take a 6 and start kind of flicking out a little bit, create a little bit of a fade, but not too much, but still do clipper over comb for the rest of it.
What was your routine like with the dreadlocks, Jeremy? Just kind of set it and forget it, right?
Yeah, wash it a couple times a week, and that's about it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Seems like there would be so much for some reason, right?
Yeah, I think people have this idea that you either don't wash your hair, or you know, it's like some crazy routine or something, but not so much.
Tell us a little bit about, you used to have a pretty massive beard.
Yes, I had a beard that, yeah, it was about almost down to my chest.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it was another one of those things that just kind of don't do anything with it for years, and just ends up being a huge beard or lots of dreads. Yeah. But yeah, and you know, I kind of play with it with different lengths, and I'll let it go for a while. I'll cut it really short for a while.
Think you found your ideal beard length yet?
I don't think so. I kind of like just going back and forth. The seasons, I'll keep a longer beard in the winter and try to trim it up a bit in the summer. Mustache stays pretty much the same though.
All right, so I pretty much set the 5 and 6 on the side of his head. Now I'm just gonna kind of go through and just kind of chip away at the bulk of his head, and then I'll go through and kind of fine blend everything. Just want to bang out the shape a little bit more and get it a little bit, not necessarily tighter, just cleaner. Sorry, it's all good. And you know, the transition right here in the back of his head, it's gonna be a little choppy at first. Like, obviously his hair hasn't been, you know, washed that close to the scalp and been able to like reset all the strands and everything. So we're gonna try and get as nice of a transition and blend back here as we can. But you know, it's gonna take some time to lay down and really get back to its original form. So you know, I'm gonna make sure it's as smooth as possible. But like, he'll have to go home, shampoo his hair, condition it, let it dry, and then it should start resetting and kind of going back to like this kind of shape of haircut, you know, once it has some time to like not be as stressed out and like kind of lay down without so much weight being on it.
You guys will feel the soon the cold air starting to come back.
Oh, nice.
Is the AC busted again?
It just went out. I already told you details.
But as you can see, it's looking good. It's laying down very, very well. This spot's a little bit heavy for me still, so just kind of go through and dust it a little bit. Right. I'm gonna drop the top up here a little bit. Just gonna see where this hair hangs. We want to blend that in to this round of the head right there. So I'm gonna do the same thing, go through with my shears and kind of trim it up, get it blended in, and then we're gonna dry it up, and then that's what I'm gonna go through and kind of do some fine blending from there, a little detail work. So a little heavy right here on this bottom part, you can see. Just gonna go through and just barely dust that off a little bit. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. All right, we're gonna go through and we're gonna dry it up real quick, and then it'll be able to kind of see what's a little bit heavy around to the head and kind of do some detail work from there. I also want to just check the top real quick. Just want to make sure everything's pretty even as far as like everything hanging, if it falls down and it's not in style or something like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I want to even go shorter.
Okay.
Just like, I don't know, this comb over thing is kind of, it's a little weird. Yeah, the part here.
Okay.
I don't want to fuck with your.
Oh no,
stuff,
you're not at all. Yeah.
Oh no.
You want to go straight back with it on both sides?
I don't know. Just yeah, I feel like that doesn't look so bad.
Well, it's just one of those things. The reason I'm kind of combing it over is because since we had to go so short with the dreadlock right here because it was so close to your head, I'm kind of like using this as more of a where it'll have somewhere to connect compared to like if you're pushing all this back right here, this part of your hair doesn't have anywhere to like lay down unless I take the fade super high and super short on the sides. Which there is no wrong or right, you know what I mean? It's kind of like what you would like in the preference at the end of the day. But it's also with me trying to work with what I was given, you know what I mean, up here on top. So with still trying to save you your hair because you said you didn't want
Yeah.
to buzz it off or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which, like, that looks great from the front, you know what I mean? But I'll
Yeah.
hand you a mirror real
Yeah,
quick so you
let
can
me
see
check
what
it out.
I'm talking about. If you want to hold this as I spin you around, and you're going to look through this mirror to the bigger one. As you can tell, like, this is very short up here where we had to take
Yeah.
that dreadlock off. So, though,
Uh-huh.
as you can tell, like, this corner over here has hair to lay down on because it's, like, flowing all the way through.
Yeah.
But this one isn't going to connect over there
Gotcha.
unless I separate it to the shorter side of your head or
Yeah.
kind of disguise it with this hair going over. But if we try and go
Gotcha.
straight back with it,
It
that's when it's
doesn't
going to
really-
start sticking up right there.
Gotcha.
Because it's such a short piece of hair.
Yeah. Can I see the very back? Yeah. Just wondering.
I mean, because if it's the lightness on top that you're worried about showing,
Yeah. I
the-
mean, it is what it is.
yeah, it's kind of one of those
Yeah.
things where, you know, you kind of have to rock it with confidence,
Yeah, for
or
sure.
kind of just take it all off on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm wondering if I should just go super short or. Oh, there's wifey. Hi.
It looks awesome.
What's up, buddy?
Look at all of them.
What do you think?
Like it.
Yeah?
So good.
You should just keep it like that.
Keep it like this?
I like it that way.
Okay. Don't want to go any shorter?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay. How was field day?
It's good.
Good. Okay. Yeah, feels good.
So much lighter.
Yeah, I can't wait to like go to sleep and see how that feels.
All right. So what
yeah.
did we decide? You want
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. Yeah.
Okay, and like I said, we're not final. It's not done or anything like that yet. This is
Yeah.
more of like a blueprint of showing you like the route that we're going before I kind of get in there and start tapering out the back a little shorter back here,
Sure. Yeah,
as well
yeah.
as like some detail work that I have to do around the round of the head. But I will say your best option for trying to wear a hairstyle at the moment would be something that's going to be combed over, just because, like I said, some of those dreads were, you know, this far out from the scalp, and then some of them were, you know, an
Right
inch
on.
away from the
Yeah,
scalp.
yeah.
So there's very like
Yeah.
different lengths that the hair was at in this
Yeah.
corner of the head right here, with still
Yeah.
trying to like preserve, you know, all that right there. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, we can kind of keep it the way it is and trim it up a bit more, or
Yeah.
you know, it would be one of those things we're fully taking it off, because once I start, you know, cutting into this right here, it's
Yeah.
going to be showing a lot more.
Yeah, I think I'm good where it is
Okay.
now, and then I mean I'm sure I'll go
Sweet.
shorter in the future.
Sounds good.
Next
I'll take
time.
that mirror from you. Thank you.
Yeah. Be a father-son activity.
And since he doesn't want a comb over, I guess you could say, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and get this hair to kind of like almost like blend into the rest of it, but so we don't have a line or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of that is gonna come with. I'll show you how to style it as well, where it's gonna take you know a little bit of maintenance and blow drying as well
Okay.
to kind of keep something like that at the moment.
Should weigh them.
So that's more of like, I would say, kind of comb back on both sides, without there being such of a natural distinction with the part or anything like that, where this can kind of like blend into there. But like I said, it's not going to be perfect. This isn't going to be something that's going to be flawless. It's more of a, you'll kind of have to grow in a little bit in this
Yeah.
corner right here, and everything will kind of lay down. With also, like I said, you going home and shampooing and conditioning your hair for a few days and letting it reset is going to do a lot of wonders for it as well.
Okay.
Just take off a little weight in this corner right here. I'm not going to take any length off since we don't have too much hair to work with. And yeah, we'll just kind of just go, instead of straight down, it'll just be kind of back. Right. We did that 5 on the side of his head. I'm gonna take a 4. And I'm just gonna start tapering down to, I would say maybe about I'm gonna say a 1 right now, but it could be a 0.5. But we'll see how it kind of, his hair acts down here after being faded and kind of tapered with a clipper. That'll be that 4. Now I'm gonna grab my 3. Work our way down a little bit more. This is gonna be a pretty soft taper. It's not gonna be anything too crazy. Just to give him a little bit of longevity on the cut. He won't have to come back for maybe about another month or something like that after he gets a haircut. Say like 4 to 6 weeks this kind of haircut typically lasts. Thank you, thank you. That'll be our 3. Now we're gonna work down to a 2. And we'll go ahead and work one more guard down. We're gonna do a 1.5. I'm gonna go through and refresh the lines a little bit, anything that might kind of be sticking out, but still very natural but clean. All right, so his beard, I'm just gonna kind of comb out, see everything that's, you know, if there's any uneven strands or, but he's got a pretty nice beard, everything very well kept, so it's not gonna be too much work today. So I'm pretty much just gonna follow that natural line right above the Adam's apple, as well to the cheek line, kind of clean that up right there. Make the jaw look a lot more, you know, full, as well as behind here, cheek line, and then we'll get everything going. Right, I'm gonna get you to look to your left for me. There you go. I'm gonna get you to look to your right for me, thank you. So now I pretty much created the jawline structure that I want, so I'm just gonna match up the middle with the edges, kind of line anything up that I need to. Kind of getting these flyaways right here, just kind of rounding everything off a little bit, just to make it a little smoother and cleaner. Since we're not trimming his beard up, I guess, per se, it's kind of staying the same length, but we're just kind of bringing everything in a little bit. All right, so I like what it's looking like right now with the haircut that you have going on. Again, I'm going to hand you the mirror. I'm going to get you to look at it first before I move on to put a hot towel on your face and a razor and everything, because I want you to see it not just from the front view. I want you to see a whole side profile of how it blends with your beard. You know what I mean? Or how it blends with your haircut, I'm sorry. And so it's going to be a lot cleaner right here in the back of the jawline with still, you know, not taking it super in and making it like this crazy, like thin beard.
Right.
So very natural, still dominant, square shape to the top of the Adam's apple right there. Kind of exactly where you had it, just, you know, just cleaned it up and made it a lot more sharper.
That's great.
And then I just kind of just like rounded everything into that line down there. If you want to switch hands for me, I'll turn you around and you can see the other side of it. And then it'd be the same thing on this side, as well as naturally on the cheek line to match the top of the mustache, and as well as on the other side.
It's great.
Sweet. Is there anything else I can do for you before I put a razor to it?
I don't think so, man.
Sweet.
It's awesome.
Get you to look to your left for me, thank you. And so his isn't a crazy, like, super sharp line we're trying to create. It's more just cleaning up any stubble he has on the cheek line. It's obviously a very more natural look, so I'm not trying to push anything down or make it look, you know, too sharp. Get you to look down for me. Thank you. So we'll be doing some old money today for his style. We're not going to use too much. It's going to be something to kind of create that shape and kind of hold it back, give it some sort of resistance a little bit, and kind of hold his hair in place. But it's going to be more of a natural look, so there's no need to put anything that's going to create like a hard, you know, helmet look or, you know, shininess or anything like that. So I always recommend starting out smaller, and then you can kind of go from there if you know you want a harder feel or something like that. But I do about fingertip size, and then just kind of get it through your hands. I would start in the problem area of your hair at the moment, just to kind of make sure that the most product is there, so it can kind of tame that and keep that back down. And I mean, for what you're going for, you don't really have to use a comb or a brush or anything. You can if there's like certain strands that are flying away and you kind of want to get them to lay down, but mostly you can kind of just do this with your fingers and your hands, and like it's something you can do on the go. You know what I mean? It's not going to take very much where you have to carry a comb or a brush or anything like that.